First weekend of the Rugby Championship, which has me waking up at some crazy hour of the morning. We have the Wallabies vs Springboks in Pretoria and the All Blacks vs Los Pumas in Mendoza. It'll be our first look at each team in 2023. Quickly looking over the team list for this weekend, there's a few big surprises. The main talking points are the Springboks, who have already sent 14 players over to New Zealand. Libbok's been named at 10, and they've got Pieter-Steph du Toit and Duane Vermeulen, the 7 and 8 combo from the 2019 World Cup, back together. Now, there's been a lot of talk around the Springboks fielding a B team against the Wallabies, seeing this as somewhat disrespectful, but I kind of like the moves from Jacques Nienaber, and it makes a lot of sense. Well, yes, it's building depth for the Rugby World Cup. They've only got a 6-day turnaround to get over to New Zealand and play there. And with a few weeks in training camp and not playing actual games, you've really opened yourself up to soft tissue injuries, calf strains, hamstrings, all those small niggles if they did go and play the same players back to back. But also they are missing a lot of star power. No Kitshoff, Malcolm Marx, Eben Etzebeth, Lou Diega, Franco Mostert, Jean-Luc Dupria, Quagga Smith, Faf de Klerk, Cheslin Colby, Makazole Mapimpi, Damien Delonde and Jesse Creole. Also, Sia Khaleesi is still injured. For the Wallabies, they've got Quade Cooper returning at 10, and the big surprise here was Suliasi Vunivalu named to join Marika Korombete on the wing. It was somewhat expected of Eddie Jones, two former NRL wingers. Take you back to the days of Wendell Sailor and Lottie Takiri. Expect to see plenty of attacking cross kicks, especially near the try line to Vunivalu. Reece Hodgett inside centre. I think that's purely to kick penalties. Moving on to Argentina, Boffelli has been named at fullback. I'm expecting him to be absolutely lethal from the back. Not too many surprise picks here from Cheika. They've got Creevy and Sanchez on the bench, a wealth of experience. It's also important to note Kremer is suspended, Petty is out, and Issa has been rested. Now the All Blacks, that's where things get pretty spicy. Damien McKenzie, the chief in charge, listed at number 10 with Beauden Barrett at fullback. Now for those who didn't keep up with Super Rugby, Damien McKenzie was definitely the player of the tournament, which is why he's earned his selection into the All Black side at number 10. Now Richie Mo'unga's on the bench. I think this is going to be if Damien McKenzie's dropping the ball, Richie's going to come in at fly half. But geez, I would love to see Damien McKenzie put at fullback and Richie Mo'unga put into fly half if they're winning by enough. I think a lot of fans are going to be slightly disappointed from New Zealand, not seeing Sean Stevenson named at fullback, but plenty of other exciting players that were listed in the squad but not given an opportunity this game. Look, when you put the team side to side, the key matchups for me in the Springboks and Wallabies is the tight five. The Springboks have a practically immovable front row, and the Wallabies are just going to have to try and keep up and win their own feeds. When it comes to the lineouts, it's going to be quite the battle. You've got Jean Klein and Marvin Orie, both are great in the air. Yes, Jean Klein's debuting for the Springboks. I'm pretty sure he had a run with Ireland several years ago. How well the Wallabies can defend that rolling maul is going to be interesting. Wallabies lock Nick Frost is going to do his best to disrupt that line out, but Will Skelton, I think his main job is going to be to stop the rolling maul. He's a big body, big arms. Eddie Jones will be hoping he can cause some chaos in there. In the New Zealand-Argentina game, I think this will be one in the back three. You've got absolute attacking weapons on both sides of the field that can score and create opportunities from anywhere. It's going to be about having a rock-solid line in open play and also a good kick chase and minimising as much damage as possible. Moving on to a stats deep dive, the Springboks haven't lost to the Wallabies in South Africa since 2011. And how's this one? The Springboks have scored 37 more tries since the beginning of 2022, where the Wallabies have only scored 13. Kurt Learunza has scored 7 tries in 6 games, every chance of going over again. Eddie Jones, 1 defeat in his first 25 games as England head coach, but his first ever game as an international head coach was versing South Africa in Pretoria, which the Springboks won 20-15. Stats for game 2, the All Blacks have never lost in Argentina, and the last time they were trailing at halftime was way back in 2006. The Pumas haven't won back-to-back tests in Argentina since 2016, and their most recent game was the 48-17 drubbing over the Wallabies. The All Blacks haven't lost in their last 7 games, but the last time they did lose was to Argentina. The entire outside back contingent for the All Blacks in last year's Rugby Championship ran more metres than any other player in the tournament. How I see each game playing out, the Springboks vs Wallabies. Eddie Jones has said in interviews and made it pretty clear that he wants to improve the set piece and attacking set piece plays for the Wallabies. Going up against traditionally the best scrum and line out team in the world, the Springboks, this will really give us a good insight into how the Wallabies are tracking. On that note, they may also take a while to gel with their change in personnel. We know the Springboks will be looking to get off to a good start in 2023 and really lock in that winning habit. Both teams have only been losing by single digits in recent games, and I'm expecting this to be a close one either way. For me though, I'm very narrowly leaning towards the Springboks in an absolute nail-biter. Los Pumas vs All Blacks, I feel this will be a really exciting game to watch. We know Argentina can beat anyone on their day, and they'll be looking at a big scalp to start 2023. I just think too many All Blacks have a point to prove and earn their right for World Cup selection. If New Zealand get off to a good start, I think they'll have a pretty comfortable win. With that said though, Angus Gardner is the perfect ref for an Argentinian upset. Still, I think the All Blacks will win, even if it is a bit scrappy at times. I'm keen to do more of these. I hope this helps with your pub talk or getting on the bet with your mates. Let me know what you think. Tune in next week. Thanks for watching.